Well, absolutely. Considering the clout India has over the Gulf countries, the workers and the people in India, and especially policy experts, want India to push for the greater labor rights, for especially as Indians are concerned, working conditions and safety of Indians there in working in the Gulf. That's the priority what they have right now, because clearly, if you look at the tragedy, what even some of the family members explained, there was no fire extinguisher there at the spot. There was no proper, equipment to douse the fire. There was no even water pipeline. Even the ambulances rushed to the spot. The fire tenders rushed to the spot. There was no water connected to it, so they can use water to douse the fire, which resulted in the death of more than 45 Indians. All these Indians who are working there, it is the responsibility of the local authorities is to ensure that there are proper, adequate safety procedures in place, and India can use it as seen as a very friendly and who has a lot of clout in the Gulf countries, especially the fact that more than 14 to 15 lakh workforce are there, and most of them come from the state of Kerala, to use that as a clout to ensure this kind of safety measures are there. That's a proactive step. What they have, what they feel would be added to the not only just the safety but overall of the people in terms of overall development and safety of the people are concerned who are working in the Gulf countries. Now, the Suresh Gopi has said that yes, this is an issue which is of prime importance for the Union government. In fact, many of Minister of State is still in Kuwait itself, looking after coordinating with the authorities there in the inquiry, and this is an issue which they will not just look at this time but consistently pursue with not just Kuwait but other Gulf countries too. Promise, we have to see how long the minister follows her up, keep it up, but that is the backdrop of the tragic incident. That is a question of the many people have, and also expressing anger over the fact that the building lacked even its basic safety procedures, which could have at least prevented some deaths in that incident which happened, because of which now that tragic accident happened and more than 45 Indians have lost their lives. Now, as we speak, the mortal remains have already reached Calicut Airport, which were received by the Chief Minister, other ministers of the government, and including Union Minister. Now, through ambulances escorted by police, they are being sent, mortal remains are being sent back to the respective family members who are eagerly waiting to see them and also pay their last respects and perform the final funeral rites. This is the incident, in fact, where we are right now. Just the local MLA also arrived here to meet the family. In fact, the state ministers had also visited the family members yesterday, where the Chief Minister had early in the morning had convened a special meeting and asked district administration and to the police to visit the family members to ensure that whatever needs they have will be taken care of. In fact, they also said family members need not need travel to Kochi. If they want, they can be facilitated, but the mortal remains will be sent back. Arrangements have been done to reach the family members safe without any hurdles. They will deliver them to the place where they are, and that's a procedure which is ongoing now, which many family members have received messages from the government that the mortal remains are being in his ambulances escorted to police have been left from Kochi, and within a manner of depending on the distance they will reach the family members as soon as possible.
Absolutely, but let's also spare a thought. Remember, a lot of the Indians are currently there being treated in 3 different hospitals across Kuwait as well. In fact, one of the people, MOS of MEA, Kirti Vardhan Singh, has also arrived there in Kuwait so that he can personally take stock of the situation, oversee the kind of aid which has been provided to the injured Indians as well, and to expedite the entire process of repatriation even for them. In fact, listen in to what Kirti Vardhan Singh had to say.
The moment our government got to know that such a tragic incident has happened, the Prime Minister immediately convened a meeting and instructed us to reach to Kuwait immediately and take all possible steps so that the mortal remains can be sent back as soon as possible, because that's the least that we could have done. So we reached Kuwait, and the Honorable Prime Minister had already spoken to the authorities there, to the Foreign Minister there, and to His Highness the Emir there. And I would like to say my thanks to the authorities that they did all possible, they took all possible measures, and they really fully cooperated in having all the paperwork completed, the identification done in such a short time, because normally this could have taken a week or at least 10 days. But on Prime Minister's insistence, the authorities were very quick about it.
Well, it's really heart-wrenching to see these visuals of a man crying over the loved one that he has lost. 45 young men have been killed in this place, and today their family members understandably are inconsolable. Many of these young men had gone with a billion dreams in their hearts to not just earn a good living, but to ensure that their families back home are safe and secure as well. But today, as their lives are cut short and it meets this tragic end, you see the grieving families, and there are very few words that can actually console anyone in this kind of a situation. Of course, everything possible, as we just heard, has been done. External Affairs Minister, MOS, has gone there personally, Kirtivardhan Singh, to oversee the entire process of repatriation. Even when the mortal remains have been brought back to the Kochi airport, none other than Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan was there as he paid his final tribute to those who've lost their lives. Even Suresh Gopi was there, the MOS of External Affairs. They were all there in present, trying to console their families. There have been compensations which have been announced as well by the state governments, but unfortunately at a time like this, no money, no kind of compensation can make up for the loss of a loved one. Look at these visuals of the families grieving. There's very little that can be said to them. You can see the pictures on both sides of your screen. Most of them are very young as well. A lot of them are from Kerala. There are others as well, about 5 of them from Maharashtra as well. Their mortal remains are also being taken across to their respective homes. But look at the age of these young men. Most of them had gone there to earn a living. A lot of them were also the sole bread earners. Imran has been speaking to a lot of their families. Jaya Lakshmi, our reporters, have been speaking to a lot of the families who are currently there. Their stories really will bring a tear to your eye. Let me go across to Imran. Imran, it must be tough to even report stories such as this. After all, what do you say to a grieving family? Many of them have lost not just their sons, their husbands, but also all hope.
Well, absolutely. Many of them have been living in the Gulf for almost 15 years. They're working and trying to save money to send to their family members. And now when they die in such tragic incident, it's not just the loss of breadwinner, but it's shocking to see the manner in which their lives could have been protected. But because of lack of basic facility safety procedures there, they lost their one in the tragic fire accident.